Now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Whoopsie. I keep getting things wrong. Hey everybody, this is the Ramble, and I'm Alex, and we're here until midnight tonight. Whoopsie-doo. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, we like to check in with Will Durst. He's kind of a sliver there in the screen because somehow we can't figure out how to get him elongated, but you're looking alert. You're looking alert.
You can't figure out how to get him elongated.
You can't figure out how to get you elongated.
I'm the unelongated Will Durst.
Yeah. So how you doing, Will?
I'm good.
Yeah.
How are you, Alex Bennett?
I'm tired as always. I'm probably more tired and have less energy. Wait a minute! Don't do that. You're going to put me to sleep.
Sorry.
Don't yawn. How tired are you of being in bed?
You know, you don't think you would get tired of being in bed. I know. I tell people that I've been stuck in bed, and they say, "Yeah, I wish I were stuck in bed."
Yeah, they all say that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, you don't.
I wish I could have a stroke. Oh, just for a day.
Yeah. There you go.
Right. But no, you don't want to have a stroke just for a day. So how's it coming along? Is it are you getting? Is the therapy working at all, or what?
Well, my leg hurts.
Yeah.
They say that's good because that's the nerves waking up.
Oh, really? Okay. So so if it hurts, yeah, you have to have some feeling there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, well, I'm tired of my nerves waking up.
You're tired of your nerves waking up?
Yeah.
Yeah. But your arm, how's it doing? It's doing better, right?
Arm is doing better.
Yeah, I mean, how much better? Enough that you can type and stuff?
I can move it, yeah.
Yeah, good. So, in case people don't know, here comes this joke. Will has had a stroke.
I had a
stroke? You know, if I remember you for anything for the rest of my life, which, may not be that long, it will be that whenever I said you had a stroke, you went, "I had a stroke?"
Yeah, well, I do it to Debbie too.
Yeah, so. I know, and I never get tired of it. That's the funny part.
The joke never gets old.
It never gets old. Right, no. Right. So you're. Excuse me. I have to dab my eyes every now and then because I have an eye condition that's being taken care of soon. Anyway, so I mean,
are you okay from Prince Ida?
From Prince Ida?
Hurricane Ida.
Hurricane Ida. Yeah, we didn't flood out here. Where we are, but then again, we're on the 8th floor of a building. So, I mean, how...
I know, but I have a friend who lives on, right across from the park, and his building flooded. The basement flooded, so the elevators didn't work.
Oh, well, no, we didn't have that problem. We nothing went out here. We were just fine in our building.
Oh, that's good.
So, I mean... It really depended on where you were. Some of the subways flooded out. That always, but they're underground, so of course they're going to flood out.
Yeah, that makes a certain sense.
Yeah, but no, we were fine here. I would have expected maybe if we flooded out our basement, the electricity would go out, or the gas would go out, or something would go out.
Yeah,
and nothing went out, so we were pretty safe from it. But a lot of people, I mean, they had some shots of the subways with the water coming down into it, and it looked like a damn waterfall, Let me see a little more of your face there. Yeah, there we go. I know it's hard.
That happened during Sandy too, didn't it?
I don't think Sandy was this bad for New York City. It hit New Jersey pretty badly. But New Jersey always gets it, and the reason is because New Jersey deserves it. So,
That's a good reason.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been to New Jersey, but New Jersey definitely deserves it. Yeah. In fact, I often said New Jersey's the only state in the country that the Statue of Liberty has turned her back to. So, it's a little joke I made up there
That's pretty good.
in my waning years of attempting humor, So, so how funny do you feel these days? I mean, are you
Well,
dying?
see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
No matter where you live, there's a dork town.
Oh, there is a dork town. There's no question about it. What is it in the Bay Area? It's Emeryville, isn't it?
Emeryville, Albany, Daly City,
Yes.
Hayward. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Bubbles uses Hayward for everything.
yeah, but you don't want to put those down because you need those areas for audiences.
No, but I'm saying every area has a dork town.
Oh, absolutely.
Even Hayward has a dork town. They make fun of Milpitas.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin, we used to make fun of Iowa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in Illinois, they make fun of Wisconsin.
Well, New York here, we make fun of New Jersey.
Well, yeah.
In fact, I remember when I was younger and I was driving in this town, we used to talk about all the bad drivers that we would bump into. You know how they had the Chinese driver jokes years ago in San Francisco?
Yeah.
And it wasn't really a joke because every time we saw a bad a driver
Or a confused driver.
a confused driver, it was, and you looked at them, they were Chinese. This is not being anti-Asian or anything. And I asked a Chinese person once, a younger one, why that was the case. And he said, it's only the old Chinese drivers, because they came here from the old country, where I think they drive on the other side of the road. Okay, and they just get very they get very confused by all of it, and that's why the Chinese drivers are so bad in San Francisco. Now, that same joke was made about New Jersey drivers in New York.
And it's because they get confused.
What they get confused by is, for instance, here in New York, as opposed to California, the wonderful thing
you can't turn right on red.
You can turn right on red, exactly. And so they come into town and they don't understand that. They don't get that. So what happened is I said we came to New York to do our shows once, and I think Lori was in a cab with me, and it was stalled, and I said, oh, that driver up ahead must be a New Jersey driver. And then I explained to her that the New Jersey driver joke was the equivalent of the California Chinese driver joke, okay? And as we passed this car that was very confused, it happened to have Jersey plates, and it was a Chinese driver. So, Now, was that racist, by the way, when we made Chinese driver jokes?
Yes.
It was?
Yeah.
Why?
But it was true, so it didn't matter.
But it was true, right? But I mean, like we make jokes about old drivers, and I understand it now. Being older, I don't even drive anymore. I haven't driven in 3 or 4 years, and I don't know if I'm capable of getting behind the wheel of a car.
Well, I used to turn that joke around.
Yeah.
Remember when Hong Kong?
Yeah.
I turned that joke around and I said, Hong Kong's buying up all the property in the West Coast. In 5 years, they're going to make us wear black pajamas and take apart the railroad.
I don't know. Where? I guess you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that kind of joke in a club anymore.
I don't know if I could.
Yeah. I mean, do you have material in your act that you could not do today?
Oh, you mean for the past?
Yeah. Because
I imagine it's hard to remember all my jokes. I can't remember them all at once.
Well, for instance, I'll tell you a comedian who would have a hard time today.
Bobby Slayton.
No, Bobby. I've talked to Bobby. He has a problem. He says I don't have an act anymore. He can't. He's so against the grain that he has no
but that
act
joke
anymore.
about the Chinese and the Jewish, mothers
Yeah.
making guttural noises at each other.
Yeah. Right.
And what did he call it? The War of the Ancient Civilizations?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was a Jewish mother and a Chinese mother arguing with each other or something.
It's still funny.
Yeah, but I don't think he could do it.
No, I think he could.
You think he could? Well, you see, I think that comedians should be allowed to get away with anything because you're commenting on stuff you see.
If it's funny.
I mean, there are jokes that you don't go around telling Asian jokes because it mocks Asians particularly. But the fact was that Asian drivers were pretty bad in San Francisco, the older ones.
Well, also because San Francisco kept changing the streets,
Mm-hmm.
one-way street.
Yeah.
Suddenly it's not a one-way street.
Yeah. Now, younger Asian drivers were fine. Couldn't make a joke about them. But can you make jokes about Jews anymore?
No Jew jokes, no gay jokes.
A rabbi and a priest go into a bar, blah 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 blah. And the Jew buys it. So that's you can't tell jokes like that anymore.
Yeah, but that's not funny.
Well, maybe to you, but to people who have no sense of humor, maybe. Hey, let me see more of your face again. We keep losing it. Just keep looking at your picture to see how you're framed.
Oh, you don't need to see me.
Well, the guy's had a stroke, folks. So, you got any?
I had a stroke.
Yeah, you got any good stroke jokes?
You can hide your own Easter eggs.
See?
That's an Alzheimer's joke.
Is that an Alzheimer's joke and you just adopted it to being a stroke joke, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'm adaptable.
I mean, is there anything, let me ask you this. Is there anything funny about having a stroke?
It's just one of the elderly signal posts.
Is it? Is it really, do you think?
Yeah. That and breaking a hip.
Yeah. Well, breaking a hip.
Leaving your house and not remembering where you live.
Breaking a hip is a very common problem.
For old people.
Yeah. Strokes. I guess it's better you had a stroke than a heart attack.
Yeah, brain versus heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
I use the heart more often than I use the brain.
Yeah. Now, what are your chances of having another stroke?
I don't know if they're elevated or not.
I mean, do they give you medicine to make sure you don't?
No.
No? Oh, okay. So you're just what kind of medicines are you taking right now?
Oh shit.
This is a memory test.
I don't know.
Oh, you see, I can tell you what pills I can't really tell you all the pills I'm on, but anyway.
How many are you on?
Oh, I take about 7 pills a day.
Oh Jesus!
And
I do too.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of doing away with some of them. My friend Shecky, Shecky.
Shecky?
Yeah, Shecky. One day he just said to hell with it. I'm not taking any of these anymore.
What's he doing these days?
He's in retirement, basically.
Nice.
But he invested well and so on, and he's got quite a bit of money. And he's
in a state change union.
Huh? No. He wasn't in any union.
He wasn't?
No, he was the film coordinator for the show. They don't have that kind of union for them. He, you know, however, if you were a writer on that show, you got a great pension. If you were a director, you got a great pension.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, one of their writers had to quit the show at a certain point when he hit like 65, because otherwise he couldn't start collecting his pension, and that would lose him a lot of money. So he actually had to quit the show because he had to collect his pension or lose some of it until he decided to retire. So that's how good their pension is.
Yeah, writers. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I had wound up working nothing but union jobs over the years, my pension at AFTRA probably would have been rather substantial. You know, I mean, I only worked a little bit under SAG-AFTRA over the years, and I get about $1,000 a month. You know, so whatever.
Well, that's a cigarette money.
Yeah. So did you hear Ed Asner died, but the suit's going ahead? Did you read about that?
What suit?
Well, you know, Ed Asner sued SAG-AFTRA over this taking away of our senior benefits for the medical.
Right.
He sued them, and so of course they put up a fight and said we want the suit dismissed, and went before a judge. And the day after he died, the judge said, the suit is going ahead.
Ha! Ha! All right, Ed, way to go.
So Ed, even on his deathbed, gave us something positive. You know, good for him. You know, but you had that insurance, and you had to go looking for other insurance. You remember?
Yeah.
It was really
it was good insurance.
A great insurance. $2,500 a year in dental? Are you kidding me? There's nothing like that anywhere. And we had all this the medicine taken care of and all of that. All of a sudden they do away with it, and for us to take care of ourselves, to make up for it, costs us about 4 times what we were paying in the SAG-AFTRA premium. And it's terrible. Just terrible. And they're trying to blame it on the fact that AFTRA merged with SAG. Well, you know, you should have thought of that before you merged with us, for crying out loud. But they've been wanting to merge for years, so, you know.
They've been talking about it for years.
Yeah. So what's your days like there now? Is it a little more active because...
I watch Perry Mason.
You watch...
I'm almost through all 20 seasons.
All 20 seasons of Perry Mason?
Yeah.
That was a terrible show.
It was a great show.
You liked it? Oh God, I never could get into that Perry Mason. Have you watched The Good Place?
No, the one with Ted Danson?
Yeah.
No.
I think watch it. I think you'll enjoy it. It's really good. Have
you seen The Other Two?
What?
It's a show called The Other Two.
No. Where is it?
It's on Netflix.
Now I'll tell you. Do you get Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
There is a documentary on Amazon Prime, which is maybe the best show business documentary I've seen in years. Called "Wait for the Laugh." I think that's what it's called. It's the Rosemary documentary on Rosemary.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it's really, really good. I mean, the stuff that she did in her lifetime was just amazing. You know,
Baby Rosemary.
Baby Rosemary. At 5 years old, she was literally knocking them in the aisles. I mean, she was a firecracker, but she continued to have a career all along. She opened. Are you ready for this? She opened with Jimmy Durante, the Flamingo, in Vegas. When Bugsy Siegel opened it up, she was on that first bill in the middle of the desert when they started the Flamingo. So I mean, she really had just this amazing career. And
She was there when they turned the key on Vegas. Huh.
Yeah, literally when they turned the lights on in Vegas, she was there. And in this documentary,
Hello?
Oh, hold on a second. He's got.
I gotta get someone to pull my leg up.
Oh, can I help you? See, he's gonna get somebody to pull his leg.
Hello?
Yeah.
Pull my leg up. I know, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah! Okay.
Yeah. You okay now? Okay. Anyway, in this documentary, they show
Amazon Prime?
Yeah, they show a bunch of like marquees, right? And one of them they show is of the Mapes Hotel in Reno, Nevada.
Oh, the Mapes. I didn't even know the Mapes had entertainment.
Oh yeah, back in the day they did. And
that's a great hotel.
it
So
says
much to be
Rosemary, and then it says with Eddie Fitzpatrick's orchestra. And my father played with Eddie Fitzpatrick's orchestra.
No kidding.
I was there when at that time when that shot was taken, because my father always took my mother and I up to Reno to live for the summer while he played at the Mapes Hotel.
Oh, far out.
So it was kind of wonderful to see that marquee, you know.
Thank you.
It was wonderful to see that marquee. So it's a great
And knowing
document.
that you were in the hotel.
What?
Knowing that you were in the hotel at the time.
Well, I was probably there at one point or another, but we were there when he was playing with Eddie Fitzpatrick's orchestra at the Mapes. Every summer we would go to the Mapes Hotel, and we would we would go to Reno and live, and he worked at the Mapes
Live in
Hotel.
Reno for the summer?
Yeah, or sometimes he would work at Tahoe. My father would work at Tahoe, and I think Fitzpatrick's orchestra was playing at Cal Neva. And we would go to Cal Neva and stay there in one of the cabins on the property. And then one summer we went down to the what's the Coconut Grove in L.A. when they played at the Coconut Grove, and I used to run around playing on the fake palm trees, you know. Anyway, we've lost your face again.
No.
Yeah. I mean, what's wrong with you? You're acting like somebody who had a stroke. Stop it. So you hear from all the people? Are the people keeping up with you and saying hello? And
No. Debbie's here almost every day.
yeah.
She's a saint.
Yeah. Oh, absolute saint. All we see are your glasses. Yeah.
She's a saint.
Yeah.
All my other girlfriends would have ditched me by now.
Oh, yeah.
Sold the house and moved to Portugal.
No, she's really been in there working you know.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it's your spirits are good. Your spirits are good. It's just it would be nice if you got the hell out of there and back into your house. I think that therapeutically.
I agree. Totally.
Therapeutically, that would probably be great for you. So, you know. But listen, I
want
just
to be able to walk.
Huh?
I just want to be able to walk.
Yeah. Well, I want to see you be able to walk too.
Get out of bed and walk.
Yeah. It'd be nice it'd just be nice to have you back doing your skits and your sketches, you know?
Yeah, I want to do my little skits.
Yeah, but at the very least, if you can start typing and start writing, maybe you can get back to the writing part of your life, which is very important to you as well. So, you know. But listen, that's about we've done.
Yeah, but Biden is so boring.
He is, isn't he?
Jesus.
There's nothing funny about Biden.
You take away Trump and give me Biden. Oh, Christ.
Polar opposites. Maybe, let me just say this quickly, and then I guess we got to go here. But the trouble is that we were so overburdened by Trump that a guy who's any less offensive than that is a bore. You know, so we got used to having that.
No. Joe Biden is boring.
He is boring. Okay.
It's not just the comparison.
Now you're saying this from a professional standpoint as a comedian looking for jokes, right?
Yeah, there's nothing. He's not even funny looking.
You're right. You're right. Hey, listen, we've done almost 25 minutes here, and I just wanted people
buddy,
to see that you're.
Sorry to waste your time.
No, I'm not wasting my time. I love talking
Say hello
to
to
you.
all your friends, and
Yeah.
Debbie says hi.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm going to sign this off, but stay there. Don't go away so
Okay.
I can say goodbye to you on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Will Durst, and he had a stroke.
I had a what?
There, we got it again. Thanks, Will. Bye.
This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Man, there was Will Durst. Yeah, I love Will, and we love talking to him. Oops, let me turn this on. I forget to do everything here now. I'm just screwing this whole thing up. I'm about ready to just give it up. Last night I completely was losing it on the show, and let me tell you something though. I went out and I got this booster shot. Okay, I don't know that we needed to get it yet. We weren't like 8 months along or whatever. But my wife, we gotta go get it. I know. I called them and we can get it. We gotta go up and get it. So we went up and we got the booster shot. I couldn't sleep last night. I was in such pain. I had muscle aches that were just unrelenting. And I didn't sleep all night. I mean, I slept, but I slept rather fitfully. And my leg was hurting me, and it was okay. It was aching, and I had like flu-like symptoms, and it was terrible. I don't feel that bad now, but I'm exhausted, and I probably shouldn't have come on and done a show tonight. But what the hell? What else do I have to do with my pathetic little life? Anyway, let's go to these people here who want to talk on this show for some odd, unusual reason. There's Jeff, and there's William, and there's Alan, and there's
Hey,
Charlie.
Hey.
What's that?
It's the Drake equation.
The Drake equation? What is the Drake equation?
It's an estimate of the number of technologically advanced civilizations there are in the galaxy.
Oh, and how many is that?
Well, if you do the formula, there's 10,000 planets. 4,000 of them are in what we call the Goldilocks zone. We don't know what any of them have life or intelligent life or can communicate, but it's somewhere around 6.
6?
Yeah, about 6.
Oh, I thought you were going to come up with like 10,000 or something like that, but it's like 6?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of things we don't know. Like, we know life is inevitable. Wherever you can get a toehold, it will. But is intelligent life also inevitable, or is it rare?
Well, obviously, judging by us, it's rare.
Yeah, pretty much. So we don't. There's a couple of questions in the equation we don't know, but as far as the planets and the planets that have the environment suitable for life, we absolutely know that now. When the equation was written in the 60s by Frank Drake, this was all just an article of faith that there were planets around other star systems.
Well, okay.
We didn't know.
Well, let's look at Charlie's shirt tonight. What does it say, Charlie?
It says, "You matter unless you multiply yourself by the speed of light twice."
Then you entered me.
Oh, Charlie, you're amazing with those. Also, I noticed in back of you there's a test pattern for WXYZ, which was in Detroit.
Chicago, I think.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Really? Because
Here, let me move out the way real quick.
wait a minute, WXYZ, the radio station, I believe was in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. It was the place the Lone Ranger came from. the show The Lone Ranger was done out of WXYZ Detroit, I think. But let me see here. Oh, I can look it up here. WXYZ, WX.
Those are the only letters that people could spell things with in Detroit? What?
Back in the 50s, yeah.
Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, all right. So
I just saw it. I saw this on the internet and said, "Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool background. I'll use this."
Yeah,
one tonight."
you were. I was right and you were wrong, but that's as it should
Before
be.
my time.
Because I'm the host of the show, I should always be right, right?
That's right.
You know.
Right.
But WXYZ was the home station, the radio station, was the home station for the Lone Ranger. And I got to know, what's his name, the announcer for the Lone Ranger, Fred Foy. Because when I was working at ABC in New York, he was working ABC New York as well, but he had worked out of Detroit and was the announcer on the Lone Ranger for all those years. So. And then I also had on with him my boss for the group of stations that we had, who at one time had been the voice of the announcer on the Green Hornet.
Oh, okay.
And you know what the Green Hornet and the Lone Ranger had in common?
Mm-mm.
They were the same exact show. They were. They would take the scripts from the Lone Ranger and just convert them to the Green Hornet.
Close.
I mean, you got the Green Hornet, the Lone Ranger, Kato, Tonto. You had Black Beauty, which was the name of the Green Hornet's car, and Silver was the name of the Lone Ranger's horse. And they would just take the scripts and just make minor changes and use the script that they used on the Lone Ranger for a Green Hornet show.
And nobody caught on.
Yeah, and nobody cares what I just said. You know, how many people in the audience right now are going, too much information for us?
But it's more information than I never knew that.
Yeah, well, I'll give you another little piece of trivia.
Okay.
Who was the Lone Ranger's great-grandson? Oh, great-grandnephew, excuse me.
Oh, I
I just said his name a few minutes ago. Britt Reed, the Green Hornet. Dan Reed was the nephew of the Lone Ranger, if you remember, on radio and television. And Britt Reed Dan Reed went to the big city and started running a newspaper, and then his son took it over and became the Green Hornet. And in one episode of the Lone Ranger on radio, on the Green Hornet, they had a picture on the wall or something where he said, "Who's that on the horse there? What's that picture there for?" He says, "That's your great uncle, the Lone Ranger." So, I mean, it was even established in the radio program. So, oh well.
Had to ask, Jeff.
What?
I said Jeff had to ask.
Why? You don't find that interesting?
I do find it interesting, actually. I didn't know it either.
Yeah.
Hey,
Certainly never.
learning important thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. I always liked Tonto.
You always liked Tonto?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I wonder what they think of him today in the cancel culture.
Oh, he's been canceled.
Well, I don't know. I mean, after all, he saved the Lone Ranger's life. You know, because when the Cavendish gang, how do I know this much about the Lone Ranger? When the Cavendish gang ambushed the Rangers in a pass or something like that and killed them all.
It was the only one who survived.
One survived. And the guy who brought him back to health was Tonto.
Tonto.
And he became known as the Lone Ranger.
He wore a mask.
White man.
Yeah. But I never felt that Tonto was ever portrayed as a subservient Indian or anything like that, you know. So, what the hell. Anyway. So I'm really tired tonight. I have nothing to talk about. I've just, I mean, this shot knocked me for a loop.
Yeah, same here. I in fact, this morning, I almost had to call the CDC because I was like, what the hell is going on here? I felt like hammered hell when I woke up.
Well, did you get a shot yesterday?
Yeah, I did. and I felt okay. And
Yeah,
then this
yeah.
morning when I woke up, it was like, oh my God.
What shot number, William?
It was number 2 of Moderna. This one, yeah, and I was told, yeah, this one's a little rough. You know, you might want to prepare yourself for this. I didn't think anything was going to happen. And then the next morning, or this morning when I woke up, it was like, oh.
But you feel okay now?
No, actually, I don't. I just feel like, it feels like early onset flu, like, you know, you're coming down with something.
It's an overpowering tiredness.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, and I was unstable, had a hard time walking. I had to then go to my doctor today for my yearly examination. I told him about it. He said, "Yeah, that second shot, and now the third shot for you, it'll knock you for a loop." You know. So, but I told Marjorie, you know, she was complaining about it, and I said, "Well, better off we got it than not." You know.
Why
Beats
did you
COVID.
take the third one?
Why did we take the third one? Because I'm a pussy and my wife forced me into it.
Well, Alex is immunocompromised.
It's not that I didn't want to do it, but I felt we could wait. You know, it wasn't a necessity to do it now. But you know, for all we know, by the time this one wears off, we're going to have to get another booster. So, you know, be that as it may.
There are a couple vaccines out there that takes 3 injections, and I can't remember there's 2 of them. Something somebody was on the news, and so it's not unusual to have 3 vaccines for something, and that might give you lifetime immunity, is what they're hoping, even against the variants. Nobody knows for sure.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
I guess
If
we
I'm
will.
still alive this time next year, maybe you're right. You know.
This is like when I had to have anthrax shots in the Navy, because I used to get those every year.
Huh?
Really, I didn't
Yeah.
know they had a vaccine.
They did give you anthrax shots in the Navy. I remember I was in the Navy and we had anthrax shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was with the Commander Naval Forces Korea. That was my unit, and part of being in that unit was, since we're in North Korea and they're probably going to throw weaponized anthrax at us at any minute, they were like, "Yeah, you need to take this shot." And at the time, it was like there was all kinds of side effects being reported, and I wasn't too sure if I wanted it, but I finally ended up getting it,
Yeah.
and I haven't had any ill effects since.
Yeah.
That's from the nuclear energy shot that you got too. Vaccine.
Yeah.
Actually surprised nobody's come up with something like that.
What?
A shot to protect you from radiation if we got hit with it on a nuclear attack.
I don't think there is any kind of shot they could give you for that.
No.
There's some treatments if you get too much radiation, I guess, but I don't know what.
So listen, all you losers out there, any more of you going to call tonight?
We're not talking about Trump anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean, why am I doing this? You know, the amount of people listening has dropped off immensely. And, I mean, come on here and nobody calls. You know, we got 4 people here that are good people to have here. But, we'd like to have a discussion.
Quality over quantity.
Huh?
Quality over quantity.
Well, quality over quantity, yes and no. I agree with you that there's a certain something to be said for quality, right? But, there used to have a lot of other people who are quality too, and they're just not calling now. Where's Brian, for instance? He hasn't called all week.
Tony hasn't been on the show to tell you to go fuck off or anything?
Who?
Tony.
Tony? Tony hasn't. Tony called Tuesday.
I was here Tuesday. I saw him.
Yeah. So,
But all the drama's gone now that Trump's gone.
is it that boring now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a refreshing change. It really is.
Well, it may be,
Well,
but
for you at your age.
yeah.
I don't even know how old you are, William. I'm just giving you shit. So.
Well, no, I'm 52, and you're right.
Oh, God, that's so old.
I know. It just put me out to pasture already.
Youngsters, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm the
The
kid
rest
here.
of us are older at least by 10 years.
Well, the one who looks the youngest out of all of us is Charlie.
Absolutely.
And he's what, almost 70, Charlie, or 70?
71.
71.
He's got that tan, that natural built-in tan.
Oh, yeah.
Black don't crack.
He does look good.
Yeah, no, he look, but you know something? Is it my imagination, Charlie? Do black people age better than white people?
That's what I hear.
Yeah, I mean it's true.
Charlie, what, they give you $1 to say that?
You know, so
Every time.
there's so many diseases that affect black people
Yeah.
a lot more than anybody else. And I mean, like diabetes and, you know, all kinds of stuff like that that attack black people at much higher rate. So do they live longer? I don't know. Hey, thanks, Ray, for straightening yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Ray.
Oh, he's walking again.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm at Safeway. I just thought I'd have a low quality call.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, here we go.
We can't hear you and you're frozen.
Well,
Yeah.
he's probably in the frozen food section.
Oh, where am I?
Yeah.
I thought they had Wi-Fi at Safeway.
I
Who
guess.
would care?
I would. I go to Safeway.
I do too, but I usually don't check to see if they have Wi-Fi.
Wait a minute. Now he's outdoors. What happened?
Wow.
The lights in the store went out.
It's. I don't know why my connection sucks.
It's time for you to get a hotspot to put in your pocket, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what are you doing?
Sorry.
Are you?
I got a hot spot in my pocket. What am I doing? I just shopped. I just bought bread and milk.
Bread and milk?
Yeah. And cinnamon and turmeric. It's exciting, I know, but hey.
Hey, that's the most exciting thing that's happened on this program tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got liverwurst this morning.
Oh, well, now the second most exciting
Liverwurst.
thing on the show this morning. Liverwurst?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I like liverwurst. Ever since I got out of the hospital, it's like I've had this strange craving for liverwurst. I get it all the time.
Yeah. I used to love liverwurst when I was a kid. Put on bread, you know.
Me too, and then bacon came out.
Oh, then bacon. What's better than bacon?
That's right.
It's the food of the gods, you know.
It's the perfect
If
food.
I were a pig, I'd be really worried. You know?
Yeah.
They say that a
The
pig,
best
pigs
to wake
have
up in
orgasms
the
for
morning
30
and
minutes
smell
straight.
bacon cooking.
Yes. Yes. Let me see here. How many people are actually watching us right now? 33 people. Well, that's nice. You know, it's better than nothing.
We're waiting for Ray to dance in the parking lot. I think that's what everybody's waiting
Because I'm on a field trip.
for.
You're on a field trip, and then you go home, and you're going to have that bread and what else is it that you bought?
Milk, cinnamon, and turmeric.
And turmeric. Okay.
Yeah.
There comes
There we
John Larkin. He's joining us. Hello, John. Good evening.
It's the good conversation he was missing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
how's it going?
John.
I'm okay,
John.
John. Yeah. It's
How's
just
There he is.
How's everything?
I'm suffering post COVID shot.
Oh, you got another COVID shot?
Yeah.
Did you
Booster?
get
I got the booster. Yeah.
so did you get the hangover?
Yeah. I got it
Ah.
today. I have it right now.
Wow.
Mm.
Yikes. Well,
I'm looking at
it's all
the.
for
Better than being dead.
I'm going to the looking at the clock.
Yeah,
going.
beats COVID.
I only got 40 minutes left. You know. But then what's his name does his show, and I have to
When-
post his show. So
When do you have your eye surgery, Alex?
that's on the that's about 3 Tuesdays from now. Yeah.
Towards the end of the month?
Yeah, I wonder how painful it's going to be. Not afterwards. I'm talking about while it's happening. I guess.
Oh, I don't think you'll feel it. They'll numb you up, or they'll sedate you, or something.
Yeah, they're going to sedate
that's
me. And
My father's had it. He passed away years ago, but he had it done. it's a common procedure, very low risk type.
Oh yeah, but did he recover from it pretty fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he was like you. He never complained about anything.
What do you mean? I complain about everything.
That's what I
I
said.
make a big deal out of everything.
Saint Alex, the complaining saint.
Yes, right. Well, more than that, more than being the complaining saint, the only thing that amazed me was I always go, does this look infected to you? Do you think this is cancer? Do you think, that's me, right? Now I go out and I get cancer. You'd think I'd go crazy, wouldn't you?
No.
How calm was I, Jeff?
Not bad.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Thank God that's over.
No, when you finally know you got cancer, hey, you got cancer, do something about it,
Yeah.
right? But when
You had a pretty good strategy that lots of people have done before, and it works out
what's that?
nicely.
What's that? Say to Marjorie, I can't take out the garbage because I have cancer?
No, that,
No. What strategy? What strategy?
the strategy of the surgery
What do you mean strategy?
that took your, what did they do? They put all kinds of pieces of metal inside.
Well, first they did the
Seeds.
the radiation,
Yeah.
okay, and then they implanted the seeds in me, And I was thinking about it today. See this here? I got. They drew blood on me today here, and yesterday here, and it still hurts. I got the shot, and then I got all those seeds impregnated in my prostate. I'm a
they still
human. I'm a human pin cushion.
Are they still there, Alex?
Huh?
Are they still there? Or do they take them out?
What? No, they
Your
don't.
seeds.
They don't take them out. They just stay.
Oh, they're in you permanently.
Yeah, they stay there, hang out, talk to each other, have little parties down there. Remember when
Something
this
to
guy
look
used to have
forward to.
fun with us? Remember
They
that, guys?
become inert.
Huh?
They become inert, right?
They don't give it to anybody back.
What? No. The radioactive seeds, and they after about 3 months they're inert, and they stay that way, and they just stay in your prostate.
That's a quick
Okay.
half-life.
Where does all that energy go that they put out from the radioactive thing?
It goes into the prostate,
Yeah. Alex
Dave
breathes
is-
by
and
his
it
balls.
kills the cancer.
and then where does it go?
What?
The energy has to go somewhere.
Joe Grigo, please don't send me messages. Just show us your picture, okay? That would be nice if we saw you. And if we don't see you soon, I'm going to hang up on you, okay? All right. No, what was the question I was asked?
I was wondering, where does the energy go? I was just wondering, it has to go somewhere.
It does go. It doesn't. It goes into the prostate, and it kills the cancer.
No camera mic. Well,
Okay,
goodbye.
goodbye.
But then where does it go?
Then where does it go? It goes. I don't know.
It just goes into the prostate.
I'm
cancer
trying to
cell.
think. I'm trying to think of a funny joke.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get
The light bulb in the house goes off at that point.
Yeah.
put in the waiting room. There we go. We'll put him in the.
That energy has to go somewhere. It never, it never stops. Energy.
Oh
is
no
just-
no! This dies. This energy dies.
Yeah.
It's good. It's I forget what they call them. They're radioactive seeds, and they're I can't remember what the name of them are, but they after 3 months they subside and you're not radioactive anymore.
That's a quick half-life.
It's not cesium, is it?
No, but
Well, cesium has a half-life of what, Charlie?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
452
like-
meters.
in a nuclear energy plant, they have to take those, the pipes, and they get, those things last for like 10,000 years
The pipes,
or whatever those things
Rods
are.
that they
rods.
Yeah,
Beer rods? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
For a minute there, I
It's-
thought you were an
it's-
expert.
they are radioactive seeds, but they're not. You know, they dissipate after 3 months.
So
Oh,
just to give you an idea, John, sometimes they inject you, if they're doing heart and brain scans,
yeah,
they inject you with a radioactive isotope,
yeah,
and it goes through your blood system, and a couple hours later it goes out in your urine or your feces or something like that. I mean, I just had a heart scan 6 weeks ago, and I read all about it because they give you a little bit of this, I don't know how much
yeah,
Lasts about 6
stuff,
hours.
and that way they can scan you, and they say that your body depletes it after a few hours, and
right,
your urine turns purple or something like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Grow a second head. It's
You
That's
feel
right.
that if you feel that warm, like the heat going through your body when they do it, huh? You feel. I mean,
No, I had.
no,
not at all.
I did when I was in the hospital last November. They did a CRT on my lungs, and they shot me with this stuff, and they said you're gonna feel this in your body going through your body. It'll just feel like.
Oh, I
like
know
a
what that
electric
is. I
shock.
know what that is, but it's not. You weren't radio. It wasn't a radioactive.
That's not
thing.
radioactive. That's iodine, and they give you.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
If they do it, not a CRT, but a CAT scan.
Right.
That's what I mean. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah, CAT scan, and they give you a. Yeah, I've had that too. That's fun. It makes you your bladder's empty, and immediately you have to urinate, and you get
Yeah.
this warm feeling throughout your body. Yep.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the scan is quick. You go in, out of the donut, you're done.
Well, here's
Yeah.
somebody who wants to come on. He calls himself Loser.
Oh, you said we were losers.
Must be somebody I
Do
know.
you think he's legitimate? Wait a minute.
That
Where?
is Brian.
Oh no, Brian's not a loser.
Wait, did we lose somebody here? Yeah. Who did we lose? We lost. Who did we lose? We lost somebody.
Ray.
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 Right, yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
He's
Let me
driving
see here
somewhere,
who
probably doesn't have Wi-Fi
Loser
in his
is.
car.
Is Loser going to
Okay,
join?
Alex, here's an in-
Here. Oh,
an
there,
implant that you
there
like.
we go. I almost wasn't going to take your call.
Called us losers.
Brian. What? I didn't call you a loser.
Yeah, you did. You said, where are these losers that usually call in?
Oh.
Brian is the first person you thought of.
Palladium 103.
Well, because you call on a pretty regular basis, and I count on you because you're one of the more intelligent people we have on.
He's one of
Palladium
the
103.
he's one of the few people that has a job on this show.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a job.
Abilities.
Oh, one of the few. Okay,
Yeah.
two of the few.
So anyway, so I'm sleepy tonight. That's why I need as many people here talking to each other as possible. I got that second shot. You know, the third shot, and it knocked me for a loop last night. I went to sleep and I ached and I felt like crap. Couldn't sleep.
How was the second one? How was your second one?
Second one was fine.
Really? See, my second one was like that. Tiffany and I had the same day and everything, and we were exhausted the next day. So we took a day
Yeah.
off and just slept.
Today I was
That's how I
bumping.
feel it now.
I was bumping into walls today. You know.
Oh, wow.
But
And,
that's normal
And I went
for
to my
you, right?
doctor for my yearly checkup, and he was going like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And I said, "Well, let me tell you." He said, "That'll knock you out." He said, "That's
So why did you get the third one so soon?
I told you because I got, bullied into it by my wife.
Oh, okay. Why did she get it so
Why don't you
soon?
pay attention? I said that.
You didn't say why she got it.
She got it because she said, "Oh, we can get it now. We got to go get it."
Okay.
She's the same one that laminated our cards.
A lot of people did that.
Yeah, well, they don't do you any good when you're going for the third one.
They'll give you a new card.
No, they don't.
Oh,
Nope,
No.
nope. They don't give you a new card.
Cheap government.
But they gave me a
Trump was
list of
in office
gave me a
a few
list of
years
all
ago.
the shots I've gotten at that pharmacy, and and that's the last one listed on there. So I have a record of it, and also in about a week when it's reported to the state, it'll show up on my what do you call it? On my
California has the same.
my Excelsior. Yeah.
I like that.
Did you hear LA County school district is the first school district to mandate all 12-year-olds and above to have the
That's
vaccine?
right. That's right. You know,
I
I'll
hope our county follows suit.
tell you
Sounds
what I don't get about this. You know, when kids go to school, am I right or am I wrong? I haven't had kids, so I don't know if this is true. But I've heard the kids, when they go to school, you have to guarantee that they've been given certain vaccinations before you
Yes.
send them to school. I don't know.
Yes.
What,
Even during COVID, before they were returning, before they even had a plan to return, the school sent me a letter, their DTAP or whatever that one is. They said that Stephanie needed that one, or she's not allowed back. And I said, well, they're not going back anyways. But we had to still go and get it for her. So yeah, they still require that.
yeah, so, I mean, this has been the case for years. And now people are going, we have a constitutional right not to vaccinate our kids. Well, you didn't say that when you had to get them a shot to send them to school.
You might
Right.
as well
There are exceptions, religious. So there are some exceptions that people can protest it. But still, the thing is, these people who are complaining about it didn't know about that. They were always going to buy what the school said. They were still getting shots for all their kids. And now, because it's this vaccine, now everybody's crying about it.
I find it ridiculous. Okay,
Yeah.
I just find it absurd. In
Yeah,
fact,
I
I
mean,
gotta tell everybody out there, in spite of the fact that I'm complaining about how I feel today after my third shot. The fact of the matter is, if you're afraid of inoculations because they hurt, you don't even feel this one. Yesterday, she's doing it, and I'm going, so when are you going to do it? And she said, oh, it's over already. And Marjorie said she didn't feel it either.
Yeah.
I felt it when they pulled it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Barely. It just feels like a bee sting or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't even feel like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what usually hurts with, I'll tell you, there are certain ones that do hurt. Certain flu shots you'll get that hurt. And it has to do with the viscosity of the serum. Yeah, as to whether it hurts or not. Yeah.
Carrier.
What about giving blood? I give blood all the time because it doesn't bother me. But those things are like a tube when they stick that in your arm and they sit there and
Well,
get all your blood.
I never used to like to get a blood drawn, but then when I was in the hospital with that kidney thing, with the kidney stone, I had it, and a thing permanently in my arm. I called it my USB port, and permanently in my arm. That was a feeder tube for all the liquids they wanted to put in me, and if it was time for my happy dose to put me to sleep or to make me feel, to take away the pain, they put it in through there. And I had this thing in my arm for like 4 days. And I always thought that would be creepy, but after the first 5 minutes, I was used to it. And now whenever anybody, and then they used to wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, Mr. Schwarzman, time to wake up for your blood draw. That guy, don't fucking wake me up in the middle of the night and then draw blood for me. Who the fuck do you think you are, Dracula? You know.
They should have gave Margie a thing, and you could have had dinner together.
It's Marjorie.
Margie, you can get in trouble.
I'm doing horrible with names lately.
Yeah, well, you never call a Marjorie Margie.
Okay.
And you never call a Susan Sue.
Or Susie.
Or Susie. Oh, they hate that.
But okay, so Marjorie could have. Marjorie, I got it right?
Yes,
No.
you did. Yes.
Okay.
Marjorie.
Marjorie,
much.
I wasn't sure. You could have got her one, and you guys could have had lunch together.
What?
Okay. So
You know, the injection where they were the feeding tube.
Oh,
in
the
your
feeding
arm.
tube. Oh, the feeding tube. It wasn't a feeding tube.
No, that one they put in your stomach.
What they did was they were constantly putting liquid into me. Just what do you call it?
IV.
Saline drip, because it had to dislodge the kidney stone.
How big was your
That
kidney
was
stone?
painful.
oh, thank you.
My kidney stone was big enough that they sent it off and had it crushed down and made into a diamond. But
Yeah.
no,
I've had 7 of these, and not once did I have. Well, the first one I had ended up in the ER, but they were just here's a shot, go home.
I had one bad one, and it hit me while I was on the air here. And I went to Mount Sinai Hospital, and they said, "You've got to stay here. You've got a kidney stone, and we got to get this out of you before you can leave." So 4 days later, I'm sent home. But in the meantime, they've got this drip in me all the time, and
How do they do that? Do they call Roto-Rooter and run the rod up your? Never mind.
Although they actually do something called lithotripsy, where they break it up with ultrasound.
Yeah, but they didn't do that in this case. They just
that
they
works
figured
some
it
of the
was
time.
small enough.
Do they catheterize you?
No, it was small enough that they could just kind of feed me with a lot of liquid, and eventually
pass.
have it come out.
Yeah.
But it did come out finally, and I peed blood like crazy. So now I'm running off to the nurse going, because I always heard if you pee blood, you better go get yourself a doctor, okay? So I'm
That's
yelling,
kidney
I'm peeing blood, and she's going, oh, that. Just go back to bed.
I'm glad I joined the call tonight.
Yeah, aren't you? Yeah. But it was pretty good,
You were talking about radio stations earlier. I saw this license plate the other day. It's a WLPX 153, and he had a KOME bumper, like the old bumper sticker, the diamond in his window. But wasn't that an old radio station, KLPX?
I never heard of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought. I thought it was a radio reference.
Yeah.
Well, there was a radio station in San Francisco, KMPX.
Hey, Jack.
That's a W.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I heard you guys talking about shots and things. As a type 2 diabetic, before they came out with the stuff that I'm shooting now, Trulicity, I was doing 4 and 5 shots a day. So, after a while, I got used to it. It wasn't a painful thing anymore, and I thought I was going to cry like a little girl the first time I had to do that.
Well, Marjorie has allergies, and her doctor told her how to shoot up, and they give her some hypodermic needles and the stuff that's for the allergies, and when she starts itching, she runs out and sticks this thing in her butt, and it usually never causes her a problem. It's just, they're super thin, and you barely have to touch them, and they break the
I once
skin.
accidentally shot myself with an atropine pen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. What happens if you do that?
Atropine, if you're not already exposed to nerve gas.
Oh, that's nerve gas. Oh, okay. I thought that was.
It makes you sick. It's sicker than a dog.
I thought that was the one for anaphylactic shock.
No, that's an EpiPen, and that's adrenaline.
Yeah.
Is the drug. Yeah.
Didn't they used to be really cheap, and then all of a sudden the guy who ran the company decided to jump the price up about quadruple or something?
Asshole.
Yeah.
Really?
Pharma bro.
They did the same thing on regular insulin a couple of years ago. They quadrupled the price.
How are you doing on your Trulicity, Jack? We can talk about
I love it. I do 1 shot a week.
Yep, my roommate does, and then he gets an upset stomach for a couple days, and the runs, and after that, everything's fine.
And then it's time. Wait a minute. And then it's time for another shot.
Absolutely.
Come on.
What's Trulicity for?
Trulicity is it's an insulin substitute.
Oh, okay.
And you do 1 shot a week. And if you watch...
Oh, not the same thing, Alex.
Oh, it's not like Truvia? I use Truvia.
No.
That's the one where they say you could, have suicidal tendencies and...
It's one of those drugs they put on the 6:30 news, and that they plug the thing for 10 seconds, and the other 50 seconds are the contradictions.
Yeah, all the things that it can do. It can kill you.
But
the worst pain I ever had was when I had a catheter put in me.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Gallstone, the worst pain I ever had.
Cystoscopy.
Gallstone was, I have to say that of all the pains that I've had, gallstones pretty much did it.
Never had it.
Yeah.
I hope I don't.
But women will always try and trump you on that one by going, well,
Yeah.
have you ever had a baby?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing with that. It's okay, yeah, babies are painful, but after a while, you think, I want to have another baby. Nobody ever says to themselves, yeah, I want some gallstones again.
Yeah, my kidney stone.
Or kidney stones.
Yeah.
That's cute. That's cute.
Yeah. So, I mean,
My stepson had gallstones.
boy, I'll tell you, this show, no wonder that we haven't got any young listeners or women.
Oh, listen, you ought to be among some of the women I know. They're always talking about their hysterectomies. My mother used to say to me when she'd get mad at me, she said, I was in labor for 19 hours, or something like
In
that.
the snow.
In the snow.
I know,
Uphill, both ways.
In the fog in San Francisco. I have to tap my way to San Francisco General to have you, you bastard.
yeah,
And she wasn't even Jewish.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
all mothers are Jewish mothers, no
I
matter
know.
what.
Yeah, I hear you.
Same thing. That's right.
Same thing.
except my mother, and she was Jewish. But anyway.
Yeah.
But Pam once gave me shots like every 3 times a day when I had to take a
You know, you only
different-
needed it once a day, though.
No, it
She
wasn't.
she liked watching you jump. She said, Doc, can I have
I
a
was
couple
cry.
extra-"
I would cry.
Really?
Really?
Maybe she wasn't very good at it.
No, she was fine.
Yeah, but
It
I
was
mean,
supposed to be his
but
arm.
what was it for?
Coumadin
Coumadin. So
or
yeah.
heparin.
Blood,
Oh, yeah,
blood
heparin.
thinner. Blood thinner.
Blood thinner, that's right.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Do you have to take those medicines now too, just to maintain yourself? Because he had,
I have different kinds now.
he has like he's a robot inside.
Yeah, here, you want to see part of the robot?
Yeah.
Oh,
How
no.
about this?
What is that?
Legend.
Legend.
You guys want one of those?
Isn't that the model that got recalled?
That's funny. That's funny.
That one lived with me for a while.
Really?
Legend?
Yeah, it was inside, and unfortunately, I got a little infection inside.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So they took it out.
Yeah, but what is
You
that?
don't just like wash it or
Put
something.
that up a second. Again, it has a logo. It looks like an ape man walking, learning to
Yes,
walk.
it does, didn't it?
Yeah. Look at that, folks. Move it over. Now move it over so we can see the center. Pull it out a little bit.
Pull it out.
Pull it out.
Pull it out.
Sound like I'm having
That's what
sex
she
with
said.
him. Well,
Where do you want to go? In or out?
Well, now I don't see that guy there.
What is it?
It's some kind of guy.
There it
Yeah,
is.
there
It's
he
all
is.
the
Yeah,
way
it
on the
is.
right top corner.
Yeah, what is
It's
it?
like-
Walking.
What is it?
It's actually a picture of Sasquatch.
Mhm.
That's how
Yeah,
it
but
looks
why do they put a picture like that on something they put inside you? You know? Wow.
What is
Remind
that?
you
A,
that you're going to
is that
live.
a pacemaker?
Hmm? Yeah.
Heart valve.
Well, it's
That's
a
a
heart valve. What is it you have?
The pacemaker.
A pacemaker. Yeah.
How come it's not in you?
Because
I got another one.
you got
Did
another
you
one.
miss what he just said? He just said he
I got a
took it
new
out
one.
because he had an infection.
Listen,
Oh,
he
okay.
used
Souvenir.
he used to create and make the damn things, right,
Yep.
Jeff?
Yeah, all kinds of implants and stuff like that.
In other words, the very thing that you worked on and created saved your life.
Hopefully, yes.
Doesn't that remind you of the commercial?
I have a long-term plan here.
So far, so good.
Doesn't that remind you of the guy who said he bought the lighter company or the razor company because he used it and he liked it?
Yeah.
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 So
you did.
if you worked on a lot of implants, could you suggest one for my ding-a-ling here? It's
But I
not-
got those.
I know that the wood's not getting as hard as it used to be.
Hey, they got those. I went to a not a clinic, but I went to a discussion about that about 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this guy who was almost 90 talking about he had them put this hydraulic thing in his man parts.
And you woke it up in the
man.
head.
Yeah, and he was there with his wife, and and
Oh, he was pumping it up.
yeah, pumping it up, man.
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
I've heard of
never-
it too.
I never designed one, but I looked at them on.
well, I have a brother-in-law that has one,
Right.
And
There you go.
and Donna's sister says she doesn't know exactly how it works or how he makes it do what it does, but she said, "I'm awfully happy now."
There you go.
Yes,
Proof of the
Ray.
pudding, right?
My mother used to work at a urologist's office, and she assisted in those surgeries.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, for quite a number of years.
I heard that
Yeah.
your dad was a test subject.
Yeah, probably.
No, but
I heard the same thing.
Best pilot.
Test pilot. There you go.
I don't know
Well, they
that
have-
I don't know
They
that.
have chemicals now that you can inject. This sounds painful. You can inject in a real fine needle into the head of your dick.
Yeah.
It makes you really hard. It,
Oh, those were around 20 years ago or more.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. The audience just went down by one person so
Oh,
far.
that's why.
Wait a minute. Did they go down or did they go down?
They decreased.
literally.
Okay.
Oh, boom, boom.
It was the one female.
Okay, I'm sorry. I should have said penis. Now
There goes another one.
It probably,
Now you're just being transphobic, see?
yeah.
There you go.
What is transphobic?
My
California
sister
word.
has a hand problem. It makes her hand hurt, and it stays closed like this when you
Yeah.
during the day, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard to open it.
Yeah.
So she goes to this doctor who's a hand surgeon, and he goes, this is something that very rare people have this problem, but it's usually people from Viking areas.
Oh, really?
Which
She's
could you
Nordic.
imagine?
She's Nordic.
Well, there's a disease called. Are you ready for us to lose a couple of more of you listeners?
Yeah, this will be the end of it.
Are any of you aware of Peyronie's disease?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a disease in which you get a curved dick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a disease where you can't get rid of an erection.
No, Peyronie's disease is the shape of the penis, and when it's erect, in a curve.
Okay.
Clinton has that.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
don't
say
like
mine
that.
was supposed to
Clinton
be-
has
No.
that.
You heard.
Oh, mine permanently points towards Cleveland.
Mine goes to Mecca.
Oh, stop it! Don't do that. I don't want to have a what do you call it? What do they call it when they go crazy in Islam and
A jihad.
the
Oh,
jihad?
jihad, yeah.
See, I can't even remember stuff anymore tonight. That, well, at least I'm not going to get COVID.
There we go again. Ray's gonna eat. He's almost as bad as Alan and Brian,
Yeah.
who's now eating. I'm not eating because that was.
Yeah.
Well, Brian's eating. What are you eating tonight, Brian?
He's always eating fruit.
Plum.
Plums.
Yeah.
I've been
And
getting.
you didn't bring enough for all of us?
No.
You know what I hate? We're getting out of fruit season pretty
Yeah.
soon. And I love fruit season. I love it when the cherries are going and when the strawberries are good, and
Great.
and so on. And we're about ready to get out of that season, and I hate it because you can't get anything. If you get grapes, they're like from Mexico. You know, it's no fun. It's no fun.
And the melons are horrible.
Yeah. So.
Cantaloupe.
Yeah. So the question is, do you think the president should mandate that people
Say
get
that again.
shots? Do you think we
Yeah.
should go to
Yeah.
that
Well,
mode?
he doesn't exactly have the power.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
But he can order federal employees to do this.
Which he did today.
Mhm.
He did that today.
And he can
Yeah,
probably.
he can issue an executive order to the federal employees, but he
Yep.
can't tell the whole country Yeah.
But wait a minute. And all these governors could, like here in New York, mandate, as they have, that all teachers be vaccinated.
Yeah.
But isn't he supposed to do things by executive order that keep the welfare of the country in place?
Yeah.
And this is something for the welfare of the country.
Yeah,
Particularly the kids. Come on.
According to the Constitution, he has a duty to protect the protect the Constitution and the people.
And
in California, we've come a long ways because of Newsom. If he loses, this idiot radio guy, whatever his name is,
Larry Elder, yeah,
said he's going to undo the masks, undo the vaccines. In LA County today, like Brian said, they voted all students. He's going to undo that, he said. What a real winner. I mean, he's the
he's trying to win.
I
He's
get
going to
it.
turn us into Idaho.
Yeah.
No, you turn California into Texas. That's the way Texas is.
yeah.
There's no way.
In Idaho, the prediction that Sarah Palin made that there were going to be death panels has finally come true.
Yeah.
They are rationing health care.
Yep.
Because the hospitals are full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So they
if
gotta-
you're
they
gonna
gotta
die,
pick
then
and
just make you
choose who
comfortable
lives and
until
who
you go down
dies.
the corner.
Every day
Alan.
that we get closer to this election, which is, when is it? Is it over the weekend?
I think it's 15th,
Tuesday,
14th.
coming Tuesday.
It's-
I already voted.
Oh, okay. It's next Tuesday. Every day we get closer, the spread keeps growing. Today there's a 13% difference between Newsom being impeached and not being recalled and not being recalled.
Yeah.
Is this on 538.com?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I look at.
I'm looking at it too.
Well,
No way he's gonna get recalled. No way.
at this point, I think it's it's a slam dunk that he's not going to. Of
Yeah.
the Republicans, Larry Elder is at 26%, and Paffrath, who is is he like a money guy or something with a blog?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
YouTube guy. Shows you how to make $1 million in 10 days or something.
Brian?
Number one, Charlie, you left too much time on the clock for Tom Brady. Sorry.
I saw.
Okay. I know you're watching it. And so am I. Okay, number two.
Doesn't he have COVID? Doesn't he have COVID, Tom Brady?
Oh, he
No.
had it, but he doesn't have it now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, he still went home to Giselle. So, okay, so.
He just won.
Yeah, I know. Charlie and I are watching it right now, so I just saw his
I couldn't believe the Cowboys were leading. But
You left Tom Brady a minute and 48 seconds. Okay, so anyways, no, but seriously, the small companies and going into the bigger companies need to lead the way on the mandates. And I hope my company, we've already asked it. We had one of our big meetings with the L1s and already asked them, are we going to follow, are we going to start leading the pack in this? Because you say the schools are going to start it, and I guarantee LA County is not the only one that's going to do it. I hope San Jose Unified and all that stuff follow suit. But these companies need to start stepping up and doing the same.
My company's already done that.
I thought
company.
I thought he said there was some kind of a mandate out today that said any company that has more than 100 employees has to have all the employees vaccinated, or they have to be tested like once a week or something.
I don't care about testing. I want them vaccinated.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
we have all these
forget
people dying every
testing.
day. 1,900 today. I mean, give me a break.
By the way, I want to know something. Charlie, Jack, have
Yes?
either of you called in and turned in the governor? Because there's a bounty of $10,000.
Hey,
Well, we'd have to turn him in for being a doofus, and so far that $10,000 doesn't cover doofuses. But what I find unconscionable about the governor of Texas is he has had COVID.
Yeah.
And he's saying, "Oh, I don't give a damn about that," But I'm telling my Republican friends that say I don't want to take the shot, I say, "Good. I want you to die and die quickly, die before the next election. So
Yeah.
maybe So maybe we can have somebody elected across the state of Texas that's smart. We have, we have not elected a statewide Democratic or liberal candidate in 20 years.
But I miss Ann Richards. God, I miss her.
But between this, okay, between this and the what do you call it? The abortion thing. Don't you think that's going to hurt him in any future election? I mean,
no.
How can women possibly be?
Oh yes.
I have no idea.
It's the Handmaid's Tale.
They're going to lose big time unless they rig the elections.
And they already have.
Yeah.
Well, they've rigged it because they've also changed the voting rules.
Right.
So,
one drop-off box for all of Harris County.
Oh, and by the way, Trump today on Newsmax came out and said that the election in California is being rigged.
Yeah, of course.
There you go.
It's always rigged if they don't win.
Absolutely. Even ahead of time.
No, he said he was good when he ran the first time. He said it was rigged, and he won.
Yeah.
And then he didn't say it was rigged because I rigged it. No, he said, So
they all just fucking lie. All the Republicans.
No.
Well,
it's just.
Or during the election, he was screaming about, "You got to stop the vote in Wisconsin, stop the count in Wisconsin." Okay, we'll stop the count there. Biden wins.
Is there a good Republican out there? There's got to be a good Republican out there.
Yeah, the ones Adam Kinzinger,
Yeah.
Cheney.
Yeah, and I'm not saying they have to be on our side. I'm just saying they have to be reasonable, decent human beings.
There used to be, I used to be a Republican back in the day, and that's when we had like Jack Kemp.
Okay,
and
yeah.
And Henry Hyde, even though I did, even if you couldn't agree with Henry Hyde's positions in politics, at least he could articulate it enough that okay, I can see where you're coming from. You could respect the guy. But
Right.
this new crop, Jesus.
Romney. Mitt Romney's not bad.
Yeah, he's okay.
Oh, give me a break.
He's okay.
Romney's.
I respect him for standing up to Trump.
Me too.
Anybody that stood up to Trump, I respect.
Yeah. Well,
Well, we'll see how that plays out in 2024.
Yeah.
So there was in the news, there was a neurologist in Georgia that went to Marjorie Taylor Greene's rally a couple days ago and was passing out COVID shots. Nobody took them. So he was on the news and he said, these people will let me work on their brain and their neurology stuff, but won't allow me to give them a vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These people are just brain dead.
Some of them, they're all tattooed up and they got, nose rings, but they said, no, I don't want to get a shot because I'm scared of shots.
The tattoo ink is not FDA approved, by the way.
What?
I miss you with that nose ring. Don't you have one?
Well, yeah, but wait a minute. They don't lie. They're afraid of getting a vaccine shot, and yet they can get tattoos. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. They're all tattooed up. I've seen them on MSNBC. I don't want to get a shot because I'm scared of shots.
Yeah,
but they're covered with
needles.
Big pussy.
Tattoos hurt a lot more.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Jeff. Thank you to William. Good having you again tonight, William. Alan, thank you for joining us. Charlie, always a pleasure to have you here. I always pray that it will be raining and baseball won't be playing. John Larkin, thank you for calling us tonight. And also Brian, better known as Loser. Not really.
I know. Give me a hard time.
He's anything but. Especially because he gave me a great cap. These caps are terrific. Send me another one. I love them. They have a nice. There's certain caps that suck like the Trump ones, and these have a really nice kind of rake to them. They're perfect. Anyway, everybody, give a big wave goodbye. I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. There they go. That's the Citizen Panel, folks. Goodbye, all of you guys out there in television land. Anyway, and thanks to Ray Renati, too. Did I thank Ray Renati? Okay, I'm glad. I don't know. I forgot to thank you? Did I? Okay, well, I'm thanking you, Ray. He can see me. Okay, good night, Ray. Thank you. Love it when you call. Anyway, that's it for tonight. We'll be back again here tomorrow night for the last show of the week. Stay tuned for Jack Bishop. He's next with The Intersection. He's going to be taking your calls on Skype at Gabnet Live. I'm Alex Bennett. I'll see you tomorrow night. Same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her, and whatever you do, get a shot. Get one. Get two. Maybe even get three. Get four if they'll let you. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Tune in to Gabnet for the very best in talk radio. It's the Citizen Panel that makes the difference, and the Citizen Panel is you.